Hello dear students, welcome back to EduHunt video lecture series. We have finished Protozoa, the first phylum of the animal kingdom. General characters of Protozoa is completed in the previous video. In this video, we are going to discuss about Porifera and its characters. పోరిఫెరా అనగానే మనకు ఒక చిన్న క్లాసిఫికేషన్ గుర్తుకు రావాలి. యానిమల్ కింగ్డమ్లోనే ఫస్ట్ ఫైలం ప్రోటోజోవా అండ్ ఫ్రమ్ సెకండ్ ఫైలం ఆన్వర్డ్స్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద క్లాసిఫికేషన్స్ షో దట్ ఫ్రమ్ ఫైలం పోరిఫెరా టు up to chordata, these were kept in metazoa because multicellular organisms. Protozoa లో సింగిల్ సెల్డ్ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ ఉంటే పోరిఫెరా నుంచి మల్టీసెల్డ్ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ ఉంటాయి. మల్టీసెల్యులర్ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్లోనే అగైన్ యానిమల్ కింగ్డమ్ is classified into protozoa, then metazoa. Protozoans are unicellular organisms. These are multicellular organisms. Again, metazoa based on the cellular organization. In only cellular organization is seen in Porifera called parazoa. This is protozoa, unicellular. Parazoa, multicellular. Only cellular level organization is seen. In next category, that is eumetazoa. Tissue level organization, and from tissues to organs, and even organs to organ systems, and entire individual comes from this. So this is a classification. One of the classifications show that protozoa includes unicellular organisms, whereas metazoa includes multicellular organisms, and the metazoa is again classified into parazoa and eumetazoa. These may be considered as subphyla. Let's see the general features of protozoa. Porifera phylum. Pore-bearing animals. Actually, porifera, pore-bearing animals. These are, and there are two types of pores present in the body. One is ostia, incurrent pores, and osculum, that is excurrent pores, and water coming in and moving out. And there are many ostia and single osculum is there. And ostium acts as the mouth and osculum act as anus. That is why there are many mouths but only single anus is present in Porifera. And the term Porifera was given by Grant, scientist who coined the term Porifera to this phylum. They have many pores, holes on the body, and example, sponges are the organisms included in the phylum. And it was sponges, animal nature they have, and nature of sponges was established by Ellis, a scientist. He established the nature of sponges, porifers. And porifers are multicellular, only cellular grade of organization is present, and most primitive metazoa, and they come under as parazoa. And commonly these are called as sponges And study of sponges is called parazoology, as we have included these animals in parazoa. That's why. All are aquatic and mostly marine forms and free living forms, and they are not parasite. Even a single parasite is observed in this Porifera. అంటే పారసైటే లేని ఫైలం ఏది అంటే పోరిఫెరా అని మనం చెప్పుకోవచ్చు ఎగ్జాంపుల్గా. ఆల్ ఆర్ సెసైల్, దే ఆర్ అటాచ్డ్ టు ద substratum or any some sort of base, and locomotion is completely absent in adults. Adults lo absent annamante larvae have లోకోమోషన్. లార్వేలో లోకోమోషన్ ఉంది. దే మూవ్. లార్వేలో లోకోమోషన్ ఎందుకుంది అంటే అవి స్ప్రెడ్ అవ్వాలి కదా, డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ జరగాలి కదా యానిమల్స్ది. ఇప్పుడు ఉన్న చోటే ఉండిపోతే ఓన్లీ దే మే కన్ఫైన్ టు అ సింగిల్ రీజియన్. ఇప్పుడు ఇండియాలో ఉంటే అవి ఇండియా ఓషియన్స్లోనే ఉంటాయి, ఆస్ట్రేలియన్ ఓషియన్స్లో ఉండవు. సో అక్కడికి అంటే త్రూ వాటర్ కరెంట్స్ ఇఫ్ దే హ్యావ్ టు క్యారీ, larvae show locomotion, but it is absent in adults. Cellular grade of organization is seen only up to cellular level, the multicellular forms these are, and maximum regeneration power is present. That means if we cut any part of the sponge, it regenerates and it appears, it gives out a new individual. And cell aggregate body plan is seen, and radial symmetry or asymmetrical symmetry is seen. Radial symmetry endukundi ante as these are sessile, they do not have locomotion. That is why it is a kind of adaptation seen in these animals. Adaptation ante situation ki taggattu act avadam, because they are sedentary forms, they are sessile forms or sedentary forms. They can't even move from one place to another. హౌ టు క్యాచ్ ద ఫుడ్. అందుకే అన్ని వైపుల మౌత్, ఇప్పుడే మనం చెప్పుకున్నాం మెనీ మౌత్స్ ఉంటాయని, అన్ని వైపుల నుంచి ఫుడ్ వస్తూ ఉంటే ఏ యాంగిల్లో వచ్చినా దే హ్యావ్ టు క్యాచ్ ఇమీడియట్లీ. స్కెలిటన్ కన్సిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ స్పిక్యూల్స్ ఆర్ స్పాంజిన్ ఫైబర్స్, and body wall is diploblastic and mesoderm is absent. Only ectoderm and endoderm, two layers are present in the body wall. That is why they are diploblastic animals. Mesoglia, that is non-cellular cementing substance, a jelly-like substance that is present between the ectoderm and endoderm. Idi ectoderm, idi endoderm. Aithe ee renditi madhya unna cementing substance, jelly-like substance, this is called mesoglia. It is present. Mesoglia is present between the ectoderm and endoderm. And body cavity is known as the spongocoel and or paragastric cavity. Body seal we acoelomate say, because no true coelom is present. Acoelomates, and the body cavity is known as the paragastric cavity or spongocoel. The coelom is absent. Acoelomate animals, and canal system is present. It is a characteristic feature of the phylum Porifera. ఒకటి parasites లేవు, అన్ని marine organisms. And third important feature is they have a canal system in the body, and adults are sedentary. Locomotion is absent in adult animals. These are the points which are to be remembered. Respiration, aerobic respiration occurs and generally through the body surface. And excretion, they also excrete ammonia, NH3. They excrete ammonia. That is why they are ammonotelic animals. They are ammonotelic animals. Ammonotelic. They excrete ammonia. Ammonotelic animals. And nutrition is they are filter feeders. All are filter feeders. Filter feeders ante the flagella or the cilia, they by rigorous beating, they produce water currents. Because of that water current, they get the food. అంటే ఆ వాటర్ కరెంట్ వల్ల వాటర్ ఎప్పుడైతే మూవ్ అవుతుందో అక్కడ ఉన్న ప్రే అంతా కూడా, ఫుడ్ అంతా కూడా దాని వైపుకి జరుగుతుంది. ఇమీడియట్లీ ఇట్ క్యాచెస్. Digestion is intracellular, and the animals which create water current through the ciliary movement or the flagella beating, they pick up the food particles, and this kind of feeding is known as filter feeding. and blood is absent in them, and nervous system and nervous tissue is also absent in Poriferas. Reproduction, asexual and sexual, both types of reproduction is seen, and mostly bisexual. Mostly these are bisexual, and asexual reproduction by budding or by gemule formation. The asexual reproduction is seen especially in freshwater forms. These are aquatic. Some majority of the animals live in oceans, oceanic waters. Marine forms are predominant, and in freshwater forms, gemule formation is observed. In sexual reproduction, development is indirect, that is larva, they produce larva. The indirect means there is intermediate stages between the egg, between the zygote and the adult one, larva. Larva is an intermediate stage. In this, parenchyma is the larva, amphiblastula or parenchyma is the larva which shows locomotion. Keep in mind, locomotion is shown by the larva. And the body wall. Body wall is ectoderm consists of pinacocytes. Pinacocytes, they are very thin and polygonal in shape. And endoderm consists of funnel shaped cells called the choanocytes or the collar cells. They are meant for, they have a number of microvilli and they are meant for feeding. And mesoglia contains the jelly-like substance and wandering cells called amoebocytes present in the mesenchyme or mesoglia. And amoebocytes are of 6 to cell types. Amoebocytes are present. Amoebocytes are nothing but the cells without having any particular specific shape. Shape sariga lekapothe amoebocytes అని అన్నాం. అండ్ ఆర్కియోసైట్స్, అమీబోసైట్స్లోనే ఆర్కియోసైట్స్ అని ఒక రకం. అందులో దే ఆర్ అన్డిఫరెన్షియేటెడ్ సెల్స్ అండ్ టోటిపోటెంట్ సెల్స్. టోటిపోటెంట్ సెల్స్ అంటే దే కెన్ గివ్ రైజ్ టు నంబర్ ఆఫ్ సెల్స్, కెన్ ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్ ఇంటూ నంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఎనీ టైప్ ఆఫ్ అమీబోసైట్. అండ్ మయోసైట్స్ కంట్రాక్టైల్ సెల్స్. కంట్రాక్టైల్ సెల్స్ అంటే కంట్రాక్షన్స్ అండ్ రిలాక్సేషన్స్ ఉంటాయి, లైక్ పంపింగ్ లాగా ఉండే బీటింగ్ ఉంటుంది, మూమెంట్ ఉంటుంది. అండ్ ప్రెసెంట్ అరౌండ్ ద ఓపెనింగ్స్, అలా ఓపెనింగ్ దగ్గర ఇలా కంట్రాక్టైల్ నేచర్ ఉండడం వల్ల, ఈ బీటింగ్ ఉండడం వల్ల దే క్రియేట్ వాటర్ కరెంట్స్ అండ్ దే ఆర్ ఫౌండ్ నియర్ ద పినాకోసైట్స్. ఈ అమీబోసైట్స్ పినాకోసైట్స్గా ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్ అవుతాయి. అండ్ కోలెనోసైట్స్ కనెక్టివ్ టిష్యూని ఫామ్ చేస్తాయి. కనెక్టివ్ టిష్యూ టైప్ సెల్స్, టిష్యూని ఫామ్ చేయవు, కనెక్టివ్ టిష్యూ టైప్ సెల్స్. కనెక్టివ్ టిష్యూ అంటే ఆర్గాన్స్ని టిష్యూస్ని ఎలా అయితే కనెక్ట్ చేస్తాయో, దీస్ ఆర్ కోలెనోసైట్స్. దే కనెక్ట్ ద different cells. They form a bond between the cells. And thesocytes, food storing cells. Thesocytes are the food storing cells. And scleroblasts ante skeleton, somewhat like skeleton, spicules forming cells ni scleroblasts antamu. And spongoblasts, ivi spongin fibers ni form chestayi. And germ cells, these are meant for reproduction. These are the various types of cells, amoebocytes. And all the amoebocytes these are the archaeocytes, myocytes, colenocytes, thesocytes, scleroblasts and germ cells. These are the various amoebocytes which are associated with a specific function. They can transform into any kind of cells, that is amoebocyte. These amoebocytes are seen in mesoglia. Mesoglia is a jelly-like substance present between the ectoderm and the mesoderm. Coelom is absent. These are acoelomates, and the body cavity is said to be a spongocele or paragastric cavity అని అంటాము. And larva is amphiblastula. Larva is present. Parenchyma or amphiblastula larva is present, and the development is indirect development in the sexual reproduction. These are the main features of the phylum Porifera. నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్కి మనం ఇంకొన్ని అప్డేట్స్ చూద్దాం, ఇంకొన్ని డీటెయిల్స్ తెలుసుకుందాం. గుడ్ బై.